Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have something a little bit different than what we typically do. We typically do pretty, I would say semi-serious videos on different topics and such. But today we're going to be doing something that I would say is probably in the realm of more fun than anything. I recently purchased a DSA SA58, otherwise known as an FAL. And there's some different video content ideas that we have for it and 308s in general, as well as some more serious videos. But today I wanted to do something that is a little LARPy and paint this bad boy. So I bought a kit from Arizona Response Systems. It's a pretty decent little kit, but it has the actual Rhodesian pattern paint colors in it. As you'll see in a minute whenever you look at this gun, I tried to spray paint it and the colors were just not right. So I just went ahead, spent the $40-something on the kit. It's pretty decent. It comes with enough paint for 2 rifles, it says, and a handful of magazines. So we should be able to get all 5 of our mags as well as the rifle complete today. It comes with a bunch of different brushes, some scotch pads, and some trash bags to sort of weather it. But I want to go for a sort of pristine, fresh painted look. As much as you can get for Rhodesian, I guess. So that's what we're going to do on this rifle. Let's get to it. I did see that there was this spray paint kit that you could get, but I guess it's discontinued or something. I wasn't able to find it. But yeah, this rifle pretty much was brand new until I spray painted it, and it looks a little bit worse for wear, but it's not terrible, and there's going to be new paint over it, so let's get into it. Not gonna lie, I was going to try and do this with spray paint. As you can probably tell, it's all over the place here, but this paint should hopefully cover that up, and it's also oil based, so it should be a little bit well suited for this. But yeah, so we're just gonna start with this right here. This is the baby poop yellow color, and this came with brushes, so we're gonna brush this bad boy on, let it dry, and then be on our way. So I was gonna do this in peace and quiet, alone, you know, and no one would ever know that I did it until they saw it, but I figured I have a mediocre YouTube channel, so I might as well, you know, just make some extra content, right? We're gonna put that over there, and we're just gonna brush a coat on, enough to cover up all of the disgusting spray paint. We'll start at stock here and just go all over. Luckily, I don't really have to tape anything because I'm using a brush, so it shouldn't be too terrible. You know what? Probably should shake it up a bit. Oh yeah, and that's delectable right there. All right. Also, by the way, if you look at a lot of pictures up close to these things especially, they don't exactly look amazing. So the goal is to get it to look decent, but I don't necessarily care if it's a little worse for wear, you know. So I'm going to try to avoid the trigger, some of the knobs on the Aimpoint, just so that I can make sure I can still get access. The gas port, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to slather up this thing in the baby poop color. It is going on quite thick, but that's okay. Yeah, as you can see, this was kind of the color that I did before, so it's quite a few shades lighter. Over time, that paint is going to degrade off of the receiver and off of the, you know, grips and everything, so it won't be too bad in the future. Also, while you're doing this, it's probably a good idea to still tape off the parts that you don't want paint on. Even though you're brushing it on, it's not exactly a really precise paint job. Another thing that I would recommend, obviously, is to leave a magazine inside of the gun. Not only because you can protect the internals, you know, the underside of the chamber, but also you can kind of paint the mag exactly how it's going to look while it's inside the gun. And just for everyone's information, I did cut out painting the other side of the rifle because it's pretty much the exact same thing as the side you just saw. Now that is looking fresh. I'm pretty happy with that. Put a little bit more, especially on the pistol grip, because where the paint is going to rub off of this thing, the first is going to be the pistol grip, and probably in and around the trigger area, and also the magazine and mag well. And as I move in to paint the bluish green color, I tested it out on the magazine to make sure that the paint was dry enough that it wasn't going to mix and look too mucky. Even though this paint job is supposed to be very much kind of off the cuff, you know, in the field type paint job, I still wanted it to look at least mildly presentable. Also, you'll probably notice after I'm done painting this, it looks a lot more striped than it is in my other videos of it. And that's because after I went back to this rifle after it had dried the next day, I thought that there was a little bit too much of the yellowish brown color on it, and I really wanted it to blend in better with the surroundings of southern Indiana. So I went ahead and added more of the bluish green paint so that it didn't look as weird. And also, for everyone's information, again, this is meant to be a very informative video. The Rhodesian Brushstroke is kind of, well, it's really kind of all over the place in terms of pattern. I just went very simple on this and just did stripes of varying sizes and degree. But if you're doing this, you can get kind of creative. You can just do blotches. You can, you know, make it kind of almost like a Dalmatian or something, where there's a bunch of blotches of this bluish green. But ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter what you really do, it's gonna look pretty similar to what the actual camo paint job is. You can do this on any rifle that you want, and you might want to do this on multiple rifles. The kit that I got, I'll put a link in the description below, but that kit does have plenty of paint for a bunch of magazines, multiple rifles. So if you find an old rifle sitting in the safe somewhere and you want to give it a shot, absolutely try it. I think it really makes the rifle look pretty cool, pretty historic, but it also makes it more functional, I would say, as well. Alright, I moved into the garage because why not, but here is essentially the final product. I'm going to go ahead and put some more green over it just to kind of make it a little bit more this dark sort of bluish green color. And then I should be pretty much completely good to go with this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed looking at how to paint a rhodey colored pattern on your FAL. You can do this with pretty much any gun that you really want to, and it's pretty sweet. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys learned something, or at least were mildly entertained by lanky tall white guy painting a gun. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, stay armed.